What's up, Raider Nation? Welcome to True Raider Podcast. I'm your host, True Raider. Now, we are getting ready for preseason week number 3 watch party. Game's about to start in about 10 minutes. We got Dolphins and Jaguars trying to wrap up right now, man. Um, man, I jumped on with Christopher Raiders and all those guys, and I was having all kinds of weird audio issues. I did find out I had a weird window up in the background that was causing some feedback, so I'm hoping I got that cleared up. So if anybody has trouble hearing me right now, let me know. That way I can try to fix it. But let's get this thing started. So tonight, some of the things that I think that we're looking at is it's pretty likely that we're going to have some of our starters actually in the game. I know even Patrick Mahomes was playing just the other night. And I think that what we're going to see is a couple of our starters are going to jump in. They're going to play a couple of series. I don't even think that they're going to have maybe a full drive, right? And then after that, our starters should come out after that. And I think what we're really primarily going to see is a lot of these guys that are battling for a roster spot, right? Because there's a lot of these guys that are kind of on the bubble and hoping to make this roster. And if they get an opportunity to really show out and do their thing this week, some of them might kind of change the way that this front office is looking at them, right? Because I know one of the things that's going on is like Caillou Blue Kelly, right? This dude came in and salute to my wife. This guy came in and just kind of, all of a sudden, he was a 5th round pick. He wasn't finding a roster spot. And now all of a sudden he's in a position where he's going to make this roster. And he was getting reps, the last couple of days with the ones. And he's really showing out and he's really looking good. And if we're in a position where we got that going on with other players, then there's a possibility that other players could jump into this roster. I mean, it's not too late for that. I know that Zamir White is a guy that they like, but I don't really know why. I think it's because he's really the only power back that they have on this roster right now that could be part of it. Desert Raider, salute. Good to see you, man. Glad you're here. And another thing that's going on is like Dylan Laube, Sincere McCormick. Right now we have a pretty deep running back room, right? Collier, and the speculation right now that I'm hearing from other content creators is that Dylan Laube's on the bubble and he could get cut. And I don't think that that's a good move, but it is possible. What I would like to see personally is Dylan Laube make this roster over Zamir White, because Zamir White has already had his opportunities. And, while he had 2 years ago shown for like 4 games straight, he ran really well. He didn't show shit last year. Dylan Laube came in and he had not a whole lot of opportunities and he had some fumbles, right? And so then there's concerns about him in that department, but he plays so well on special teams, both in the returning game and in the kicking game. And then he is a good running back and a good receiving back. And so I think to cut him it would be a bad move. I like Sincere McCormick. I don't think we're going to carry 4 or 5 running backs, right? I think we'll probably carry 3. And so it's going to be really, is it because Ashton Jenny's locked in, right? So Ashton Jenny is locked in. Then we got Zamir White. Then we got Sincere McCormick. And then we got Dylan Laube. And so out of those 3 guys, who's really going to make, who's going to get cut? Because while they say that they like Zamir White, and we also have Raheem Mostert, and there's speculation that he might end up getting cut, which I also think that would be a bad move because he's a veteran presence and he's going to do well. He's not going to be our leading back or anything like that, but I think that he has a whole lot of value in this room, whereas somebody like Zamir White or Collier or McCormick probably doesn't have as much value. Now, with Dylan Laube, he has a whole lot more value on special teams than any of these other backs. And so I think that he's going to make the cut just because of that. So right out the gate, we're going to have at least 3 running backs. And we can't hold on to too many because, like, when I went through my 53-man roster projections, like, it's really, really difficult to make some of those decisions when you get down the line, And so, Win City Raider, what's good? What's good? Good to see you. Justin Morris, welcome in, man. So it looks like we're just watching some dang highlights, and you guys are probably gonna honestly be ahead of me. I'm watching on the NFL Network, and the last 2 weeks, people were ahead of me on the game. It is what it is. We do our best with what we got, right? Win City Raider hitting that double tap. Salute, salute, salute. Appreciate it, man, for real. Let me see. So I didn't really have anything like prepared for tonight's show, man. Really, I just wanted to jump on, watch the game with you guys. I'm trying a new setup, which is I don't know, man. I jumped on with Chris Raiders and those guys. If you guys sub to their channel, man, just put Chris, the number 4, and then Raiders. Jump in there, man. He's one of us. Good dude. And his other homies over there. I don't really know them too well, but they're all good dudes, man. Definitely go sub up over there, man. But I jumped on with them for a little bit, and I was having weird audio issues, and it was like echoing. I couldn't figure out what was going on, man. So I had to just kind of jump off. So I'm hoping that my sound issues aren't translating into this one, but we'll see. I think I figured out the problem. I had a window open in the background, and it was causing this weird feedback. It is what it is, man. It's funny, man, because whenever I'm trying to set up like for lives or any kind of things with technology, you'll just see my son, man. He's 9 years old, and he mocks me, man. He's like, "Back in my day," it's like, bro, he's brutal, man. He doesn't let up. And it's late night, so I'm trying to get caffeinated, so I'm not over here just all dead on the air, But I ain't gonna lie, man. I've been working 2 jobs lately, man, and I am tired, So I'm gonna do what I can to not be boring as shit tonight, man. Hopefully the Raiders aren't so boring. Honestly, it's probably gonna be the most vanilla called game the whole time. Well, I could be wrong on that, right? Because I think one of the major things that we're going to be looking into in this game is that we have people that are trying to make the roster, and our coaching staff wants to put them in the best position to really show what they got. I just don't want us to be in a position where we're losing starters to injury in a preseason game, especially against the Cardinals, man. But I can pretty much guarantee you we're going to see Max, we're going to see Gino, we're going to see Genty, we're going to see Brock, we're going to see Jamal Adams. Like these guys are going to be out there. It is what it is, man. Desert Raider, it was rough growing up a Raiders fan on the East Coast when the games came on so damn late, but I made it work, damn it. Yeah, man, like right now it's 8 p.m. where I'm at, so that's not too bad. I'm Mountain Standard Time, but man, for some people, man, it's already 10 o'clock and just getting into a game. That's crazy. And right now they're playing in Arizona, right? So they're going to be, it's not too late in Arizona right now. I can never figure it out because they're the same time zone as us, but they don't do daylight savings time. So it's either 7 or 8 o'clock over there, man. Something like that. Oh, dang. Throwing punches in the Bucks and Bills game. That was crazy. I didn't really watch much football today, man. I kept putting it on, and then it just kind of wasn't happening, man. Carlos, Raiders for life. They can never be boring, homie. We always on point. Yeah, the Raiders, I don't know, man. With Gardner Minshew last year, it wasn't boring. It was depressing, It's like going into every game, man. It was just like hurt. Okay, Desert Raider. So it's about to be 7 in Arizona. I was wondering with Desert Raider, I was like, I don't think you're still on the East Coast because There ain't no deserts out there, man. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm right next door to you guys, man. I'm in New Mexico. Let's see real quick. Chuck with the Let's Go Raiders. What's good, man? What's good? So for those of you that are new to the stream, I have YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch on my computer, and then on my phone I got TikTok rolling. So if I'm reading off comments and you're like trying to look around, like where are these comments? It's because it's on a different platform, man. Oh shit. Okay, you were in Albuquerque for 2 years. So I'm like north of Santa Fe. I'm about 100 miles north of Albuquerque. A little spot called Espanola. That's crazy. It's 8, bro, and it's still showing Saints game and these weird highlights. Let's see. That's funny, man, because for all the other games, because I had it rolling on my phone, I just wasn't really paying attention very much. It was like as soon as it hit time for that game to start, they were talking about that and all that. Chuck with the follow salute. Big Ronzo with the España. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's where I'm at. España, brother. So who are the players that you guys want to see tonight that you're hoping that are kind of maybe on the bubble or not too close to the bubble, but that you want to see kind of show out tonight? Like I know for me, um, Thomas Booker is one of those guys that he's been a little hit and miss so far in the preseason. I've liked what I've seen from him so far, but giving up Jacorian Bennett and then to see this awful corner room, uh, it's like Thomas Booker needs to show up, man, because it's got me feeling some type of way. Aiden O'Connell. So I mean, Aiden O'Connell is a dude that like honestly, I think he's going to make this roster because what they don't want to do is like if Geno Smith, let's say he gets injured in the first couple of weeks, right? Season-ending injury or something that's going to have him out for a long time, and then all of a sudden we got Cam Miller starting, which Cam Miller showed in the first. Well, at first he looked really, really good, right? And then last week, he looked decent, but he made some mistakes, right? And to throw him out there to start in the NFL too soon, it really puts him in a bad position to be able to develop properly. So I think it's going to be important to have, uh, you know, Cam Miller not in a position where he's starting unless both Gino and Aiden go down. So I think Aiden's going to make this roster, even though he's looking awful. And Pete Carroll was saying that he slows down the offense, like the tempo of the offense and things like that. Um, Sorry, I got distracted, man. They're showing Patrick Mahomes running, man, and I hate seeing that shit because everybody's afraid to hit him because you're going to get a flag. And he takes advantage of that shit. Can't wait till we play them. Desert Raider, I'm a big Jamal Adams fan. Big fan of Jamal Adams. So Jamal Adams was an amazing pickup. It's taking a huge chance, that he's going to be healthy, that he's going to have a resurgence in his career, but he's shown that he's in top form right now, man. And I think moving to linebacker was a great move for him. Um, I'm really, really happy about that because our linebacking room, even with the loss of Robert Spillane, looks way, way better this year than it did last year. So I'm really pumped on the linebacker room. Jamal Adams is definitely part of that. Um, and that's part of why I really hope that we make a move to go out there and get Trey Hendrickson. Because can you imagine, like, we got Max Crosby, Adam Butler, move Tyree Wilson to defensive tackle because that's where he's been playing the best. And then, because like he's not very fast and he's powerful, and that works for him. and then to have Trey Hendrickson on the other side, opposite of Max Crosby, and then you got Jamal Adams, rushing in on blitzes. It's like, man, that could be absolutely insane because our corner room is really. We're hoping that they're going to be good because Pete Carroll was talking good about them, but we don't have a whole lot of evidence on that. And since we don't have evidence about that, I think that we really, our run stop from our linebackers should be pretty damn good. Um, you know, just with Landon Roberts and Kevin White and Jamal Adams. But then, if you look at the idea of having an elite pass rush, being able to rush four, and that way everybody else can drop back with the occasional blitz from Jamal Adams. Our corners are going to look better just because of the pressure being put on the quarterback. So I would love that because Malcolm Kuntz, I have a lot of hope that Malcolm Kuntz is going to play well, but I don't have a lot of evidence. He really, in the last 9 games 2 years ago, had 8 sacks, and then he went down with that knee injury during training camp. And so last year he didn't play at all. And then this year, I mean, and it's only preseason, right? But he's looking slower, and there's not a whole lot of hype from training camp about Malcolm Kuntz. They're showing Pete Carroll stretching with Malcolm Kuntz right now. So it could be that, they're convinced that Malcolm Kuntz is their guy and they want to roll forward with that. But honestly, I would be willing to move on from Malcolm Kuntz and some draft capital, go get a Trey Hendrickson, even though he's 30 years old. So we're going to see how this works out, man, because I want to be able to hear the game, but I get flagged. The sound comes through the microphone, man. It is what it is. I do my best. I had my earbuds on last week, but I didn't even snap the mic was coming through. And so when people were saying they couldn't really hear me, it's because my voice was really quiet because I was running off the mic in my earbuds and not my mic. It is what it is. See how it rolls. Looks like we're about to kick off. Man, I have my setup all jacked, dude. Like trying to look around to see my monitor. Lobo, salute, salute. Appreciate the follow. All right, here we go. Kickoff. Great kick. It bounced perfectly. He had some room to run, though. He got across the 30, probably the 31-yard line. Looks like they're going to start off with Clayton 2. So they are not starting Kyler Murray. They are being smart. I know for us, part of it's that, even though Gino's a veteran, he's new to this system, new to the Raiders. Looked like Adam Butler smacked it down at the line of scrimmage. Jose, we're doing Raiders versus Cardinals preseason week number 3. Does a good job. Adam Butler, he was tied up by the offensive lineman, but still managed to get his left hand loose, smack the ball down the line of scrimmage. See, Adam Butler being out there, Max Crosby with the tackle for loss. I see, and I knew that we are going to have our starters out there, but man, it's like they're already looking at form. First play, Adam Butler smacks down the ball. Second play, Max Crosby looked like loss of 4 yards or something like that, man. Like, do they really need to be in the game? Kendrick Morris with the follow. Salute, salute. 3rd and 17. That's a 7-yard loss. Oh my God. Pressure from Malcolm Kuntz and Tyree Wilson. Arizona uh, quarterback throws it away. Jermaine Pratt was up there too. See, and our defensive line is looking really good right now, but I don't know who they have out there as far as their offensive linemen. Because if that's their second string offensive lineman, of course we're looking good, right? So it's 4th and 17. Arizona's going to punt the ball to us. Trey Tucker, and there's a flag. Yep, our starters are going to be out there. So said the score is 0-0. Game just started. We're only 1 minute into the game. People say Max Crosby's overrated, and that's because they only watch highlights and they only watch the stat line. So since he's not getting tons of sacks, he's not getting 17 and a half sacks like Trey Hendrickson. But he's so disruptive on every single play. Offsetting fouls, uh, backside block on the Raiders, but then unsportsmanlike conduct on the Cardinals, offsetting. Are they going to re-kick it? They're making them kick it again, huh? That's crazy. Clerk with the follow. Salute, salute. Appreciate it. So far, our defense looked great, and it all came from our defensive line. Love what I see. Trey Tucker. Oh, he almost took a big hit to the head, man. Nope. Trey Tucker, it is not looking. He's slow to get up, man. He's kind of looking hurt. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about, man. Having our starters receiving punts when we got guys that are fighting for a roster spot that could be receiving punts. You know what I'm saying? Jackson Powers Johnson's out there, Geno Smith, Ashton Jeanty, Jacoby Myers. Trey Tucker's on the field, so he's doing all right. Ashton Jeanty got stuffed at the line of scrimmage. 1 yard gain. Yeah, the game is on now. I'm watching on NFL Network. I don't know where else they're showing it, honestly. But yeah, we're in the first quarter, 13 minutes left in the first. All right, Gino takes a snap, 2nd and 9. I'm going to throw to Jacoby Myers, but it's too wide to the outside. Incomplete. Third and 9. Geno Smith looking confident in that pocket. Reception by Dante Thornton Jr., but there is a flag on the play. He's just shy of the first down. Pass interference on the defense, first down. First and 10. Hand off to Action Genty. There is no hole, but he runs over a defender. It looked like a gain of like 3 or 4 yards. And Raider Nation, tell me about a Genty draft win in PPR. Chuck with the follow salute. D-Rock, what are you talking about, man? Another handoff. As a mere one. I feel like he got about 4 yards from that. He got 5 yards from that. So it's third and 2. See, Zamir White should be taking all these handoffs, not Genty. We don't need to get him hurt out here. Oh, fantasy football is legit. So, is the kid legit? Yeah, he's super legit. Um, I mean, he had more rushing yards last year in college after contact than any other running back he even had at all. Right? Um, Chip Kelly is a run strong coordinator. We have a pretty good line. Yeah, actually, Genty's going to be legit for sure. As far as fantasy goes, man, I don't mess around with fantasy football, so I don't really know all the ins and outs of all that. Chuck is Raider fan 48 going on 49. Just win, baby. Salute, salute. Glad you made it. Oh, Ashley Genty scrambling around, standing the play, completed to Michael Mayer, just shy of the first down, man. It's going to be second and short. See, and that's why we got Geno Smith, man. You don't see an Aiden O'Connell extending that play. You just don't, right? And no throwaway completed after all that. D-Rock, good luck this year, Steeler fans. Look back, bud. Be well. Hey, my wife's a Steeler fan, man, so you get no hate from me. Aaron Rodgers over there. That's going to be wild. Metcalf. All right, we got the first down. I think that's Samir White. Yeah, Samir White. I tell you what, man, if Samir White shows up the way that he did 2 years ago at the end of the year, I'm not mad about keeping him on this roster. It's just after last year, I don't have a whole lot of faith in him. Like he's a strong dude, but he does not have the vision. Another handoff to Samir White, and he's looking a lot shiftier than he did last year. That's for sure. So basically, they're giving Samir White first team reps to really see how he does with the proper offensive line. You know, our starting offensive line out there with our starting quarterback out there. There's no excuses. If he's not being able to get it done, then he's not going to get it done at all. Geno Smith goes for the touchdown to Dante Jr. Touchdown Raiders! Woo! See, that's what we're looking at, right? That's what we're looking at. What a pass, man. And look at that with the rookie, man, making sure the spinning catch, getting both feet down. Yeah, Desert Raider, that was pretty, man. That look at Pete Carroll's face, man. You could just see it on him. He's like, "Yep, that's what we have right now." Extra point is up. It's good. Edgar rate my team. Al Jackson, Gibbs, Hampton, Neighbors, Moore, Hawkinson, Pacheco. I mean, when it comes to fantasy, man, I gotta tell you, I don't have a whole lot of information to give you, man. Uh, so my takeaways so far is that our defensive line absolutely dominated those reps. Um, Malcolm Kuntz looked a lot faster than he has been. I liked what I saw all the way across the line. I like the idea of Tyree Wilson, Adam Butler, Malcolm Kuntz, and Max Crosby. That is our best defensive line, absolutely. On offense, our offensive line looked good. They weren't really getting great running lanes open, especially for Genty. Samir White came in and did a good job of actually being able to have some vision. He wasn't just running into the back of the pile like how we saw last year. You see him getting a little shifty, and if that's going to be what we get out of Samir White, I see why they're kind of seeming because right now in our depth chart it's listed as Raheem Mostert or Samir White for like that number two back. So I have a feeling it's going to make this roster, guys. So what I was just talking about with our running backs, then it comes down to Dylan Lowry and Sincere McCormick and Collier. And Sincere McCormick is a better running back. But if he's number three, it doesn't make sense. Dylan Lowry being number three, that makes sense, right? Then you can have him be your third down back. You can have him be special teams guy. You can have him. Uh, he, he can even just try to run the ball down the side, up the middle, receiving back, and he's not going to be taking a ton of reps, right? And so I don't see why you'd hold on to Sincere McCormick, who's not going to take a bunch of reps, just to be, you know, a backup, right? And not doing special teams and not doing all these things. So yeah, man. I mean, that's what I want to see. Sorry, guys, my allergies are killing me. Hold up, it's bad, man. And it just rained a bunch over here for some reason. When it rains here, my allergies just. Arbaka, my daughter went to college with Maui. Oh no shit. What does she have to say about it? Dude, I love how Daniel Carlson does these kickoffs, man. He places it like a it's like a squib kick, you know? It's like it doesn't go very high and it just like lands right in the right spot. It bounces first, and so it puts them in a position where they gotta catch a football that just bounced with some speed on it, you know. So right now, score is 7-0. Raiders winning 8:53 left in the first. The Arizona Cardinals have it on their own 30-yard line. Saying you watch any college ball? Not really, man. And I should. It, honestly, man, I don't have a whole lot of downtime. You know, I work two jobs, um, single income for a family of four. My kids are very involved in volleyball and jiu-jitsu, and um, I got a lot going on, man. So rarely do I find myself with enough time to. I mean, I barely have enough time to do lives on this, you know. And I try my best to jump on it, but consistency's not there just because I'm so busy. But lately, I've been finding more and more interest, like uh, players that are coming out of the draft and knowing a lot about them. So, you know, if I watched college ball, I would have a better idea of who's coming out of the draft. 35, and I totally missed those because I was just talking. Oh, Malcolm Kuntz! That's going to count as a sack, right? Because Malcolm Kuntz, although he didn't get a hold of him, he still caused him to fall to the ground. He did get a hand on him, hold on him. Look at Malcolm Kuntz, man. Just what I was saying, he looked slow. Great move. Okay, Malcolm Kuntz. Maybe we don't need Trey Hendrickson. Maybe we don't. See, Malcolm Kuntz knows. He knows that there's rumors, right? He knows that there's talk. So he's like showing up. Why is Trey Tucker returning punts again? I don't like it. Because Trey Tucker is looking like he's listed as a wide receiver 2, even though I still think he should be wide receiver 3. Dante Thornton Jr. I mean, we saw that excellent touchdown catch that he had. But I get it, man. He's a rookie. So I know that they got their backup quarterback in, right? But like right now, it's looking like our defense is just absolutely showing up, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. Um, I'm liking the speed that I'm seeing on Malcolm Kuntz. I'd be dumb to think that he's still a better option than Trey Hendrickson, just because 2 years straight he's at 17 and a half sacks. But Malcolm Kuntz is good. He is a good option. Right now, he's only costing us 12 million. But if he has a good year, are we going to bring him back? And how much are we going to sign him for? That's what uh, that's what concerns me, man. No donkeys. Yeah, Chuck. No donkeys. Yeah, I'm in New Mexico, man. So I'm like right in between Texas and Colorado, and all they show is Cowboy games and Bronco games here, man. So everybody I know is either a Broncos fan or a Cowboys fan. Though we do have a lot of Raiders fans here in Mexico. And that's probably because we have a lot of transplants from California. There's a lot of people that have moved out here from LA. Like not just recently, but like generations of families that somebody moved out here from LA. And every time I go out to LA, man, I meet people that they're like, "Oh, I have an uncle or a cousin, or my mom lives out there, in New Mexico." So I don't know why we're so connected to LA, but we are. Why are we seeing the donkeys and the Cardinals? Is that what you're talking about, Chuck? Yeah, boys, wait, are you a Broncos fan? Do I look like a Broncos fan? Hell. All right, 1st and 10. We got Aiden O'Connell in. Oh, up the middle. Completed. Is that Ian Thomas? So that's the first down. Ian O'Connell did a good job of getting that ball out quick. First and 10 on the 39. Zamir White runs for 3 yards, but there's a flag in the backfield. Holding on the offense. Will Putnam. So it looks like all of our starters came out. We got Thayer Mumford in there. We got Will Putnam. I saw Alex Kappa. We're a 1st and 20 now. Jason Albright with the follow. Salute, salute. Why don't I show the game? The reason I don't show the game is because if I show the game, they'll take my channel down. And O'Connell got hit in the backfield. Oh, and he fumbles. Of course he does. Recovered by Arizona. I'm just so glad that Aiden O'Connell's not going to be fighting for a starting position this year. Like last year, I really thought we should have started him, but it was mostly because I really wanted to see what the kid had. He's made it very clear what he has. I think Aiden O'Connell's hurt. It's good, Patrick. Good to see you back. That wasn't even a 3-and-out. That was a 3-and-fumble. That was a 3-and now I'm off. Now I'm out of the roster. That's brutal, man. Brutal. QB ran it and slid out. It looked like he got about 8 yards. Even O'Connell, bro. Like, hey, O'Connell, what you doing, man? The Cardinals are on our 13-yard line, 2nd and 4. They're going to run it. Stop right by the line of scrimmage, man. Tyree Wilson's still in there. He hasn't solidified himself a starting position yet. So he's still got to put in that work. You know what I'm saying? I know this is Patrick. Trade for Richardson from the so Richardson from the Colts, man. I actually wanted to draft him that year, though I knew it was a huge gamble, and it's showing to be a really awful gamble because he's a heck of an athlete with a heck of an arm, but he can't stay healthy because he can't run over them college kids. The part that I don't like about him is his attitude. Besides that, would I rather have Richardson than Aiden McConnell? Yes, I would. Do I think that we would do that or that we're going to do that? No, I don't. Fourth and one, they're going for it. Play action, running back the other way to the left. Touchdown, Arizona. Who was the safety that was on him? Because he wasn't guarding anybody else. So what was he doing? It's hard during the game, man. Like when you get to go back and watch tape, it's like, oh, that's what happened. But right here, it's like 26. Who's wearing 26 right now? Doesn't Raider touchdowns off of turnovers is never a good thing. That's the Aiden O'Connell way, man. You know, it just that's what he's been doing, which pisses me off because I like Aiden O'Connell, but it's sloppy, man. All right, so my take on that one, the one touch that Zamir White got, he's looking like he's fighting for a job, and I like that. He hasn't rolled over and given up. But Aiden O'Connell is trash. That's just what it comes down to, man. And I know that it sucks to say, but that's where he's at right now. So that was Darian Porter, the rookie, third round rookie, Darian Porter, cornerback that got beat on that. Uh, right, unless we're the ones that are scoring touchdowns off turnovers. Robert Ramirez, AOC isn't even a good QB2 at this point. I'm really feeling like he's not, man, which sucks because going into this, I was like, bro, like we have like the best backup in the league. Uh, Gene Robles with the follow salute. This is Patrick saying put in Cam Miller. I mean, I think that they should, man. I get it. They want to get Aiden O'Connell a little bit more game ready in case he does have to come in and back up. But Robert said we need to stick with Cam, move AOC, and it may be the best thing for him too. Well, so that's something that came up, right? Because I made a video the other day about uh, trading for Trey Hendrickson, right? And I was talking about that, they were saying that they wanted a young player in a first round pick. Ain't nobody going to give them a first round pick, right? And so one of the things that we're looking at is maybe a second or a third and a young player. And I'm wondering what that would look like, right? Because the way I talked about on that video was let's move Malcolm Koonce. They get a cheaper option at edge rusher, a good cheaper option, and a third round pick, right? Now, Bengals, they have Joe Burrow, right? But who's their backup? I don't know who their backup is. Let's say we were to package a deal where Aiden O'Connell moves over to the Bengals. Bengals get to move on from Trey Hendrickson and his contract. They have Browning. He's a solid backup. Oh, there goes that. All right. Looks like Dylan Lowry is taking the ball on the kick return. And he got upended, but look at Dylan Lowry holding on to the ball. Unknown user with the follow. Salute, salute. Yes, trade dump in a trash can and on a food. If those, I'm talking about Robert with the follow salute. Anto, what are you talking about there? Do you think they should put Silver Surfer in again? What is one of those? So you're saying that they should trade him, cut him, dump in a trash can, any one of those. Got it. O'Connell's still in to Ian Thomas, just shy of the first down. Just shy. Ashton Genty in again with his two rushes. So, I don't know where Raheem Mostert is. I think that they're trying to get Zamir White to get the majority of the reps tonight. Ashton Genty only got a couple of touches. Zamir White's the one that's in right now. Raheem Mostert's 31. I don't think that. I think that they know who they have with Raheem Mostert, and I think that he's pretty much solidified himself as running back two. And so Zamir White right now is battling to see if he can get that number two spot. And that's why we're seeing so many reps by Samir, which is good. That's how it should be. You know, it's always a solid over here, bro. You've been over here for a minute. Good to you. Second and three. 120 left in the first. We are on the Arizona 49. Raheem Mostert's in the game. There you go, Dino. Dino O'Connell almost threw another pick. Yes, say Mostert getting cut. I don't think Mostert's going to get cut, man. I think he's our running back, too. That was an ugly throw by Aiden O'Connell, man. In between two defenders, almost got picked. Dante Thornton tried to make a play on it. I like that Dante Thornton's getting a lot of reps. Ooh, we got. Why is the blue line not matching up? That's crazy. I thought we had players offsides, man. Aiden O'Connell did tell him to step back. Aiden O'Connell to Dante Thornton Jr. First down completed. Robert Thornton is going to be solid. I need to see more from Besh. Yeah, Jack Besh being a second round pick and Dante Thornton is a fourth round pick, and he's a starter. Dante Thornton's a starter. Jack Besh is not. Which, you know, it might show out a little bit better during the regular season, but I don't know, man. I'm starting to feel like Jack Besh maybe wasn't that great of a pick for us. I do like that we picked up two receivers, and it's like we need at least one of them to show up. You know? So I'm happy about that. But I would have loved to see us pick up defensive tackle in the second round. You know? Um, an offensive lineman. First quarter done. I really haven't seen anything from Thomas Booker right now, which is interesting because we need that dude to be showing up. I'm from Seattle. Seahawks are my number one, but Raiders play down the street from me. And we got your former head coach and quarterback. So it's an easy transition, man. You're welcome here with Raider Nation. You got my QB and coach. I'm now a Raiders fan. There we go, man. Hey, that's how it happens sometimes, man. It be like that. Even Mark Wahlberg is he's coming over to the dark side, you know. Ever since Tom Brady got minority ownership. We go on to going to hella games. Yeah, man. I mean, I haven't bought any. I've never been to a Raider game. Really, really want to. Yeah, Raiders. O'Connell was trash. The I've been wanting to go over the last couple of years, and at the beginning of the year, I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely going to a game this year. And then we get a couple weeks into the season, and I'm like, I am not paying all that money to go watch this. What is going on? Robert saying Hanzo is a samurai warrior and a Raiders fan. Oh man. Until they show that they're going to put a solid product on the field, like I mean, for me, man, single income. I support a family of four, and to go out there and spend all that money to go see the Raiders play. We're talking me, my wife, son. It doesn't make sense unless we're actually going to be able to see a good game. Instead of Gardner Minshew, I'm telling you, Pete, about to change Raiders for the better. No, we're convinced already that he's changed the culture here. He's going to definitely get us headed in the right direction. We're not convinced that Pete Carroll is going to take us to a Super Bowl this year, but I think that we're going to be a team that's fighting for a playoff spot, and I'm happy with the idea of that. Third and three, Mostert's running to the outside. He got a decent stiff arm on him, but it just kind of pushed him back. So he barely got almost back to the line of scrimmage. And I mean, maybe Mostert is a little bit on the bubble, but I don't really think so. Unless they're convinced that like McCormick is better than Mostert, I don't know. All right, fourth and six. Daniel Carlson going out there to attempt a field goal. 52-yard field goal attempt. Kick is up. Kick is good. There we go. Hanzo sitting Seahawks number one, Raiders number two. I want my wildest dreams of Seahawks Raiders Super Bowl. Are we both in the same division? Joe Cortez with the share salute, man. Unknown user. What do you think of Dante Thornton Jr.? So Dante Thornton Jr. He's definitely looking good. He had a great touchdown reception. We're hearing great things in camp about Dante Thornton Jr. We did see last couple of games there was a lot of targets towards him that didn't turn out to be receptions. Some of them you could blame the quarterback. Some of them it was on him. Some of them it was just good defense, right? I like what I'm seeing that he's a speedster that can run good routes. I think he's going to end up being our number two receiver very quickly. Corey White with the follows. Ooh, man. Appreciate it. So I have a feeling that Dante Thornton Jr. is he's the Al Davis pick, man. Bringing in that. I mean, 6'5". He ran a 4.3 40-yard dash. I mean, the dude he's solid. No, this is Patrick. Add a seat to the locker room. Dang, are you guys that ahead of me? I'm on a Verizon commercial right now. What's going on here? I like how you guys are on my channel, but you're telling me about the game. Oh man, I appreciate you guys. For real. Robert said he's about 30 seconds ahead. Yeah, so Cam Miller is dope, man. He showed out against the Seahawks. Not as good against the 49ers, but it's kind of the position he was put in, right? Where we're running plays, even though if it was a regular season game, we would have ran the clock. I get it. Got to get them reps. So right now they just did a kickoff to the Cardinals, brought down at the 31. Lonzo, the problem is that Cam Miller's the backup. He's a sixth round pick coming from a small school in South Dakota. It could be stunting to his development if Geno Smith gets injured and then we end up with Cam Miller starting. So on the other end, he could be Brock Purdy caliber quarterback. But I think that they really want to develop him. Okay, rolling out to the left. Arizona completed diving catch, looked like a gain of about 14. First and 10. Dang, Tyree Wilson is slow. Jamal Adams fell on top of a sliding quarterback. Interesting to see Jamal Adams still in there. And that could just be about him getting reps. Okay, Robert, you guys are about to play ahead. That's wild. I don't get it, man. I'm on NFL Network. You would think that would be like the first, you know? Also, Gino and Pete have a vendetta. Gino's going to be healthy all year. I have a feeling he will be, but you never know. Oh, Cardinals going to run outside the left, and it looks like a first down and a couple more. Yeah, Robert, I agree that Wilson has been solid this preseason. We're hearing very good things about him out of camp, but dude, he is slow. Malcolm Kuntz is still out there too. So we got Kuntz on the blind side, we got Wilson on the other side. Tyree Wilson looking a little gassed, but he came in to help finish that play. For sure, Wilson Hay is just wrong. I mean, oh, okay, you're talking about Russell Wilson. No, we're talking about Tyree Wilson, number 9. We've been also hearing some good things about Tommy Eichenberg. It's good to see. Screen pass blown up by number 41. Who's 41? Vance, Greedy Vance. It's hard to really know all their numbers until the final 53. And I like that they have Porter getting a bunch of reps because that dude, he needs reps. He was a wide receiver in college that converted over to corner. So he's very fresh at corner. Oh man, what happened there? Malcolm Kuntz on that one? Also with the follow salute, man. Appreciate it. Let's see a replay. Show us a replay. So he hits the pile, but then he just bounces right off. Malcolm Kuntz didn't set that edge. He was already trying to run ahead to back him up. Yeah, it was a huge run. Two just went ahead and dove head first on that one. Looked like a gain of about 4. I mean, Arizona backup quarterback isn't horrible. Michael Carter. I don't remember ever seeing Michael Carter's name. Second and goal. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. I like Tyree Wilson's face mask. I actually think it makes a lot of sense for them to have the I don't even know what it's called, man. It's not glass, but like the mask guard. I don't know what it is. Plastic, probably. Somebody knows the name of that, right? It makes a whole lot of sense though, because like I've seen a lot of times where hands accidentally go through there and hit players in the eyes and stuff. It's crazy. Fourth and goal. Arizona's going to go out there and kick the field goal. So just as if you guys, man, I only really plan on staying until halftime, just because it's a preseason game. It's late at night, but I do have a goal posted. And if we meet these goals, we'll kind of have no choice. We'll stay. But during the regular season, I'll be here. From start of game to end of game. Sweet next 87 tie game, baby, third stringers. Hanzo says 10-10. Yeah, I am far behind, man. I am definitely far behind, which is wild, man. I don't really know why. What do you guys watching it on? Just like I said a while ago, man, I'm on NFL Network, and you would think that that would be like the first screen, but that's not what's happening. Cable on Fox like the olden times. See, man, you're watching the game on Fox, bro. Like, and NFL Network is a whole play behind. I don't know, man. That's crazy. Maybe it's because I'm in New Mexico and they just don't care about us. Like, whatever. Second quarter, 8:04 left. It's 10-10. Cardinals about to kick it off to the Ravens. Samir White's back there, and so is Dylan Lowry. I think it's interesting to have Samir White returning kicks. Like, I get it that it's more of like a run play nowadays. I still find it kind of strange. A guy like Dylan Lowry, it makes a little bit more sense. All right, Dylan Lowry with the return. He ran into the back of his own guy, so he got brought down at 31. Aaron Johnson, Munford is liability on offense and on defense. He's a joke, just standing around a big run. Yeah, he ran around the pile to go like try to help on the other side, and that running back broke back towards where Coon should have been. Raheem Mostert looked like he picked up about 9 yards in that run. And that's with our second string offensive lines. I like that. I like what I see. Yep, 2nd and 1. Mr. Mostert. Mostert! 2nd and 1. Cam Miller's in a quarterback. Raheem Mostert with a pretty good run right there. Broke some tackles. I think he picked up about 6 yards. It's going to be 1st and 10. Audio, you forgot about the game, bro. How was the first quarter? First quarter looked really good, Mario. Our defensive line absolutely dominated. Um, Geno Smith threw a great touchdown pass to Dante Thornton Jr., rookie. Samir White took most of the running back reps. I think Ashton Jenkins was only in for a couple of plays. Overall, I was very happy with what I saw in the first quarter. Um, O line looked good. Didn't even have to see anything from our secondary because defense was putting a lot of pressure. So that was a short completion to Zamir White to pick up 3 yards. 2nd and 7. Cam Miller with play action. Whoa, these in trouble. Yeah, where was our offensive line on that? Let me guess. Charles Grant, Thayer Mumford. Yeah, that's Andre. That was ugly. 3rd and 14. Again, right tackle just absolutely got beat. Jack Bech is in here now with Baylor in the game. That's gotta not feel so great for a second round pick. There, Mumford, why is he even here? I think there, Mumford is going to get cut. So no Aiden yet. Oh no, Aiden came in. Aiden played like trash. He had an awful play where he kind of scrambled a little bit, and it was a fumble. He looked like trash. Honestly. Audio. I'm not happy with how Aiden looked at all. I like that they put Cam Miller in a little bit earlier in the game than they have been. And Nacho is 10-10. 10-10. State got cooked by Kansas. Yeah, Hanzo, the Raiders did look great with the starters in. I don't know who Arizona's playing or who they were playing at that point. I'm not really worried about it. I liked how they looked. Can't wait till week one, man. Go stomp some Patriots. Josh McDaniels, bro. Now he's their offensive coordinator. Yeah, Jonathan. That's all that we're gonna see of Genty today. Mario, I'm counting on Cam as our future QB. Um, there's a possibility he develops into being that guy. I do see a lot of like Brock Purdy kind of style and size from him. Now, Brock Purdy is a guy that he's a great quarterback, but he can't carry a team alone. You know, just fine. We don't need somebody to go out there and play hero ball, but definitely needs that supporting offensive line, running game, good receivers, good play calling. Really like most teams, right? Yeah, I do see a lot of similarities. I would say Brock Purdy is like the style of play that Cam Newton has. Got some pressure, and Arizona throws the ball away. There's a flag though. Roughing the passer. Who's 49? Who's that? Charles Snowden? Yeah, come on, man. He knew that he didn't make it, man. And that was a push out of frustration. I don't like Snowden, man. After that DUI, what's up, Alex? Slew. Audio, we can't be getting no more veterans with more than 6 seasons under the belt. Really young guy. I mean, Trey Hendrickson is a veteran I would go get. But yeah, Hanzo, I see that. Keep Gino, develop a young guy. If Cam Miller is not showing to be that future guy, then in the next couple of years we need to continue to be looking at quarterbacks. Maybe pick one up. Man. Maybe be like the Giants and get a Jackson Dart, not at the top of the draft. You know? Charles Snowden jumped off the line pretty quick on that one. That was a little sketch. Mario Campbell's a Brady pick. No one else made that call but Brady. So there's been rumors that that is why you got Cam Miller, but there's been no confirmation about that. I do like the fact though that we didn't get a Shador Sanders based on the fact that Brady had done a lot of mentoring with him, and the fact that we didn't pick him up, I think says well, yeah. Even if Cam Miller does end up just being a backup, having a good backup on a rookie deal, that's a great thing to have, man. But yeah, Brian G, AFC, he's already showed us who he is. You think that Cleveland will cut Shador Sanders and pick him up? I don't know. He looked like trash today. Alex Bachman with the punt return didn't get much, but there's a flag on the play. Yeah, Mario, Jack Besh is in the game right now, but I agree. We need to see more out of that kid. Hanzo, Shador Sanders got that humble juice for sure. That was just crazy though, like how they were talking about like not allowing him to go to certain teams and things like that, and then just fall all the way to the fifth round. That's crazy, bro. Either they were just way overhyping him, or they pissed off enough people that they said, "No, we're not doing that." I mean, the attitude counts for so much. You know, you come in with a shitty attitude, entitlements, bad interviewing skills. Just it's not going to go well. Brian G, I'm going with both. Both what? What are you talking about here? What did I miss? Lonzo, he was a prima donna and acted like a B plus. He would bring a ton of media distractions. I mean, the media is all over it, and like even when he came in for the Browns today, the whole crowd just was cheering, and so there's a lot of Shore Sanders fans out there. But yeah, I don't know. I think that if we had kept Antonio Pierce, we could have very likely ended up with a Shore Sanders. I would have liked to see us pick him up. It's like, okay, he made it to the fourth round, and we're on the clock. Get him. You know what I'm saying? Fifth round, like that late in the game, I figured that we were going to go ahead and pick him up, and then nope. All right, first and 10. We are on our own geez, seven. Raheem Mostert got caught up in the backfield, but he did extend out and get over the line of scrimmage. But maybe a gain of one, not great. Second and 9, 3 minutes left in the first half. And just to remind you guys, it's looking like I'm gonna cut it at halftime. Man. Hanzo, my favorite Raiders moment since I've been really watching them was the locker room cigars moment. I mean, that was some good stuff, man. I really liked um, how that year went, where Josh McDaniels got fired, and then we just kind of rallied. We got that win against the Chiefs on Christmas. Like that was just we put up 62 points against the Chargers. That was a fun year, And then last year, just Dante Jr. and Best in the mix would be good with Myers. Would be our key speed wide receivers. I mean, it, Jack Best really needs to try to beat out uh, Trey Tucker. Is probably his most likely to beat out, man. But Trey Tucker's really been showing up all camp. It looks like Rodgers picked up a false start. Hanzo, I liked Antonio Pierce, but he just didn't have the skills. He did great as an interim coach, but then when he got the head coaching job, he just didn't trust himself, man. He didn't trust himself. He brought in, and I thought at first it was smart for him to bring in a bunch of experienced people, but what that did was further put him in a position where he didn't really trust his own decisions. And so you're just constantly leaning on everybody else. And then when everybody else around him wasn't making good decisions, then later on, when he was already on his way out the door, he's like, "Yeah, I should have trusted my gut and put in Aiden to start and this and that." And I mean, really, I thought we were going to throw the farm at Washington and try to move up to get James Daniels, but it just didn't play out that way. I don't know that they would have moved on from that pick for anything, but like, I guess we didn't even try. And that sucks. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we're going to have 70s Raiders again because that was just the golden era for us. But I want to see us get. I mean, we were such a dominant team in the NFL for so long, and then just to be on this dry streak of over 20 years, it sucks. So, I want to get back in a spot where we're consistently putting a good product on the field, consistently being able to have winning seasons, and being in the conversation for playoff contention. I don't need us to right away be a team that's gonna, be dominating the AFC West or weird things like that. I would love that, but I just want to see us actually put a good product on the field, be competitive. That's why Pete Carroll's saying just compete, just compete. What's up, bro? Dog came to come check on me. She's like, "What have you been doing, man? You've been out hiding in this room for a while." Yeah, she's funny. Relevance, yes, Chuck. We're gonna have relevance. And it's wild to me, right? Because so many people hate on the Raiders. So many people hate on the Raiders, and it's wild. It's like for a team that's been pretty much a losing team for over 20 years. It's like we sure do get a lot of hate, man. It's wild to me. Like people hated the Patriots with good reason, right? They were dominating. People hate the Chiefs with good reason. They're dominating. Hand off to Raheem Mostert. Looked like he picked up about 4 yards on that one. Six in the fourth down. Interesting play call. Looked like their only goal was to move out from the goal line to have a chance to punt. Do I think Jacoby might be good this year? Nicholas Gray with the follow through. Yeah, Gentry's definitely going to be good. Jacoby Myers is going to have less production than he did last year, I think, just because Dante Thornton Jr. is going to pick up a lot of that. Michael Mayer is going to have a lot more production than he has. So, there's only one football to go around. Brock Bowers is probably not going to have as many yards as he did this year, which I hope he does. But, I mean, I think that the football is going to get moved around quite a bit more, you know? And since the football is going to get moved around, we're going to have a better running game. We do have better overall receiving room, tight end room. It's going to change. But do I think he's going to be a good, solid player for us? Yes. Hey, Marv, I wouldn't put my money on that. On what, man? That ball is going to that tight end all year. It's going to be simple. Yeah, but I think that teams are going to be able to defend Brock Bowers a lot better than they had last year. They got a lot more tape on him. They got a lot more of what to expect. He's still going to get tons of production, tons of production. Uh, with Ashton Genty running the ball a lot more, I think that Brock Bowers probably won't get quite as. Now, do I want Bowers to be hella productive? Yeah, I do. Look at that huge hold on Carter, on Andre Carter. Aim throw a flag. 3rd and 10. Arizona on their own 47. 136 left in the half. Yeah, Hanzo Bowers is my favorite part of last season too. He scrambled away. I thought we had a sack for sure. That was crazy. I don't know how he escaped that, man. Wow. Failed to just finish the play, man. Andre Carter had him wrapped up and then he just slipped out. Arizona's got a decent backup, man. He can throw, he can move. Dylan Lowry, punt return. Oh no, that's Alex Bachman. There's a flag. Hanzo, you keep saying let's go number 5, bro. How about it? I want to see this kid succeed. I want to see him play a little bit more like how he did in that Seahawks game. You're saying, do you think Aiden O'Connell has a lot of potential if Gino decides to move on next season? Gino's not moving on next season. We got him locked for 3 years. Um, but no, Aiden O'Connell has shown that he has the opposite of what I thought he had last year. That's that he has. I don't even know that he's a good backup anymore. And maybe it's just that Chip Kelly's offense is really working in the opposite direction of where Aiden needs to go. But Aiden O'Connell is looking really horrible this preseason. Really is. He's had inconsistencies all the way over the last couple of years, right? But he doesn't have inconsistencies right now. He has very poor quarterback. He has a couple of good throws in there, but besides that, it's been horrible. Like 85% horrible. Samir White had a 6-yard run. It is 2nd and 4 with 109 left in the first half. Cam Miller with the handout to Samir White. Samir White is looking a lot faster, man. They still didn't get him down, but he got stood up. Looked like he got about a 7 or 8 yard gain on that. We got the clock just running, which is crazy because we got timeouts. 28 seconds. Another run. Raheem Mostert stopped to the line of scrimmage. I don't know, man. Zamir White is looking better than Raheem Mostert. Zamir White might win that running back 2 job. And then it's between Mostert and Lowry for that third. Unless we carry 4 running backs, but I don't know, man. He Mostert might be on the bubble. Mm, yeah, that's tough because you can't put Dylan Lowry on the practice squad. Somebody's going to steal it. All right, Hanzo. I'll see you around this season, bro. I'll be on. I'll be on during games. I go live at least once a week. But besides that, usually I put out a bunch of other videos and stuff. So good to see you, man. Glad you're here. All right, you guys. So that's gonna be it for me. Um, it's preseason. Chuck, I miss Derek Carr. I miss good Derek Carr, and I wish that we had walked away from that situation in a better fashion. Um, I wish that we had never brought in Josh McDaniels. Honestly, that was a stupid move. I think that really we should have held on to Derek Carr while we searched for another young quarterback to replace him. But to just move on the way we did, it was clear Josh McDaniels thought that Tom Brady was coming, and it just didn't work out that way, you know. So that's gonna be it for me tonight. Um, like always, Nation, I love you guys. I'll catch you on the next.